Hello and welcome to my channel. It would be simple to assume that all information on Donald Trump's company's overseas involvements has already been made public, given the amount of attention it received throughout his tenure in office. Not at all. Unexpected information about Donald Trump's foreign creditor that he forgot to reveal both while competing for president in 2016 and once in office in 2017 is buried in a mountain of recently published financial documents. The Trump Organization compiled the documents, which the New York Attorney General was able to obtain. They reveal a $19.8 million previously unreported liability listed as LP Daewoo. The debt results from a contract that Trump had with Daewoo, a South Korean firm that collaborated with Trump on a building close to the United Nations headquarters in New York City to split some of his license earnings with them. Documents show that Trump paid off the loan 5.5 months into his presidency. He appears to have moved quickly to remove the liability from his balance sheet. According to the records, the amount remained constant at $19.8 million from 2011 to 2016. 5 months into his administration, paperwork documenting Trump's financial situation as of June 30, 2017, appears to show that the balance had fallen to $4.3 million, $15.5 million less than it had been a year before. Soon after, Trump eliminated all of the debt. The documents simply state that Daewoo was bought out of its position on July 5, 2017, without mentioning who specifically paid off the loan. Although the debt was listed on internal documents for the Trump Organization, it was not included in the public financial disclosure reports that Trump was obligated to provide to federal authorities, both while he was running for president and once he was elected. Alan Weisselberg, Trump's former chief financial officer, said to the New York Times in 2016 that his employer had revealed on the records all debt related to businesses in which Trump owned a 100% ownership. That wasn't accurate. Trump's omission might, nevertheless, have been permitted by law. Officials must disclose personal loans on their financial declarations, but unless they are personally liable for the loans, they are not required to disclose loans to their enterprises. It is unclear from the Trump Organization documents if the former president, who controlled 100% of the companies liable for the debt, personally guaranteed the obligation or just exploited a legal loophole. There is little doubt that if the debt had been made public while Trump was president, it would have raised questions about conflicts of interest, which may have been exacerbated by Daewoo's earlier ties to North Korea. The company was the sole South Korean corporation allowed to run a business inside the nation in the middle of the 1990s. The majority of wealthy individuals like Trump wouldn't be greatly swayed by a $20 million loan. However, the fact that the former president was able to conceal the debt for such a protracted period of time highlights how inadequate and challenging it is to strengthen the government's ethics safeguards. It also shows how easily Trump could circumvent them if he decides to run for office again in 2024. Trump and Daewoo have been friends for at least 25 years. Trump World Tower, a dark skyscraper next to the UN, was the result of a partnership agreement between the Korean company and Trump that was struck in 1997. Because of the project's success, Daewoo continued to work with Trump and used his brand to build 6 properties in South Korea between 1999 and 2007. Daewoo also ended up being a creditor of Trump at some time, though it's unclear when or how. The debt shown in the Trump Organization's records appears to have had a $25 million initial principal. Records show that the liability was related to Trump ventures in Chicago, Florida, Arizona, Canada, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Brazil, and Florida. None of this could be seen on the disclosure reports that Trump submitted to the Office of Government Ethics. His representatives did not respond to requests for comment. According to Walter Schaub, the OJ's former director who stepped over when Trump took office, if someone does not report a loan, OJ has no way to know. The system is kind of built on individuals genuinely obeying a rule because they want to obey it, says Don Fox, who was the office's former director. Trump and ethics officials frequently sparred. In one case, the agency contacted the Department of Justice after Trump failed to declare a $130,000 debt he owed to Michael Cohen, his former attorney, who had paid Stormy Daniels hush money on his boss's behalf. In the end, Cohen turned against Trump and testified before Congress, bringing with him documents that provided more information about the president's financial situation and even raised the prospect of a second unreported obligation. Thanks for